A student from the Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology was found raped and murdered in Kakamega town on Wednesday. The student was
never got her justice, because if it was justice, the guy ought to have stayed in jail for more than even a year. Investigation.
Justice labda heaven. There is no justice in earth. Kwanza in Kenya.
The late Macrine Achieng Wanina was a student at Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology, pursuing English and literature. Macrine was one of the students who lost their lives to insecurity. Macrine was raped, beaten, and murdered. We embark on a journey to find out if the late vibrant soul got the justice that she deserved. We meet Fiona, not her real name. Due to the sensitivity of the topic, we chose to hide her identity. Fiona was Macrine's best friend. She narrates her friendship journey with Macrine from 2018 to her time of death.
Okay, Macrine Wanina, we met back in 2018 when we joined campus. We met in church, by the way. We are Catholics, and from there, she told me that she too was pursuing English and literature. So after that, we met in class and in fact formed a group discussion with her. Okay, after we knew each other, Macrine was staying in Hall 1 and I was staying in Hall 4. So we usually just met in class and in church, and apart from that, we met for our discussions. So when, because in our institution, when we finished first year, we needed to relocate to other hostels outside the school. So from there, we decided that there was a hostel in Europe. It was a female hostel where men were out of bounds. So we came to a conclusion that we too were going to stay in that hostel from second year till we finish our 4 years in campus.
Why did the girls decide to move into a ladies' hostel, yet they were seniors and in a position to rent?
Macrine's reason, she told me that anachukia wanaume, something like men are trash. So it's like she had a bad deal with men before she joined campus. That's why she opted to stay in a female hostel.
Fiona narrates the fateful day that turned gloomy when she got a call only to learn that her closest friend was no more.
Okay, we in June actually were in attachment. We are education students, so I was in Migori County and she stayed back in Kakamega County. So that day I went to school as usual, and after my first class, when I turned to the staff room, I found various missed calls from my friends. So when I called one of them, they just told me just kindly go to our group, to our class group, and see what's happening. When I went there, the first thing I saw was Macrine's body lying in a pool of blood. So first it looked like a joke because I never thought that ni yeye kweli amekufa. So what I did next, I called her number twice, but it was unreachable. So from there, niliumia sana, I cried so much, but the teachers back there told me that Fiona, that's life, just get back yourself together, pray for the soul healing, apumzike kwa amani.
According to Macrine's friend and neighbors, there was no commotion the night of the ordeal that would have alarmed them that their friend was in danger, only to find the body lying in a pool of blood the following morning.
That day, she was online up to 1 p.m. just updating the online business thing. So a friend whom she was going with the same school for attachment said that morning when she was going to pick her, alikutana na hiyo mwili yake hapo penye alitupwa. Ni kama alitupwa kwa barabara where people walk. The neighbor said that actually the day before they had a knock at her door in the wee night so they thought that maybe she knew the person, that's why she opened the door. So from there they never had nothing, only to wake up to find droplets of blood in the stairs and her body some just few meters from the house. So there was blood in her mouth. Yeah, so she means she was killed there in the carriage and threw outside the house.
What really caused Macrine's death?
Okay, the witnesses said that she had wounds on her neck, so it means she was stabbed on the neck twice, and also it said that she was raped first, then her private part was cut. Although the police officer said after the post-mortem was done, it's like she was hit by a blunt object on the head. So the truth of the matter, nobody knows.
After 2 days, the main suspect was arrested, and shockingly, he was allegedly Macrine's boyfriend.
Yeah, there was a suspect because her phone was being tracked, and the person who was found with the phone was someone who was close to her. So alikuwa ni kama boyfriend wake, wenye alikuwa anajua alikuwa anasema ni boyfriend wake. Yeah. For being her closest friend, had you ever met this man? Yeah, I'd met her before she located to the rental house in Kefinko. We were going to class, and that man was coming in the same way. So she told me that if you wanna meet my friend, he's called Amisi, and he's a student too, and an online marketer, just like I am.
Macrine was an online marketer, but despite making money, her best friend had rejected the offer to join the lucrative business, which she now calls a blessing in disguise.
Yes, I never asked her because I wasn't interested, but for the first time she wanted to initiate me to that because alikuwa anasema iko na pesa mingi. You just work with your phone and you earn your money. But what I knew, she only updated some status on how she did her training and on how she trained some people on how to earn money using their phones. Only that, I never knew anything apart from that.
As painful as it seemed, we wanted to know how Macrine's parents learnt about the death of their daughter.
It was up to 2 p.m. that one of the members of our Bible study in church, called me that, Fiona, kindly, if you know anything about Macrine's parents or their contacts, kindly help us with them. But being that I was far, I called the owner of the hostel in which we once shared with her because she took our guardian's contacts or parents' contacts. So the lady shared with me the contacts and I sent back to the guy. So I think that from there is when her parents were told of the death of their daughter.
Our sources confirmed that the burial was quite emotional as expected, citing that Macrine's mother kept demanding justice for her girl.
That day, it was unfortunate that the people who attended were not Luo, and Macrine being a Luo, the burial was being held in the Luo language. So what they told us that the mother said that her daughter, well, the suspect was released even before her daughter was buried. So the suspect is the guy mwenye alipatikana na simu yake. Yeah. So ni kama alitolewa gerezani before Macrine azikwe. So alikuwa anasema tu yeye kila kitu ameachia Mungu, Mungu afanye kila anapenda. That's only what we got from the burial.
If the suspect was released, kulikuwa na investigation ili take place.
After that, there was no investigation.
So do you feel like Macrine got her justice, the justice she deserved?
She never got her justice. Because if it was justice, the guy ought to have stayed in jail for more than even a year until the investigation are finished.
Yeah, so up to now, we really don't know who killed Macrine.
Nobody knows the truth, whether it was the guy or it was the group of the online marketers.
Yeah. Was the group the suspect?
Yes, it was being said that Macrine was such a sharp girl. So walikuwa na wivu because Macrine alijoin karibuni but alikuwa na earn mingi. So we thought that maybe there could be a group, not only that one person. Though it was not our conclusion as classmates.
Now being the closest friend to Macrine, suppose now she's watching you right now, what would you love to tell her?
Oh, Macrine, I miss him so much, and I miss the stories we usually shared. And apart from that, I'm praying for your soul and continue to rest in peace in you, even though I know you're not resting in peace because justice was never found for you. But jaribu tu rest in peace, tunakuombea sana.
Sasa saa hii unaweza taka nini ifanyike juu ya siku ya Macrine?
As a friend, I think the investigation should start, and so that we can know what led to the death of Macrine. Because we as her friends we don't know what led to Macrine, what led to her death. So if in case the investigation can begin, they can tell us what led, even if it was Macrine who was the cause of the problem or the guy, so that we can know and not ask questions more.
Insecurity cases have two major outcomes: victims like Macrine who succumb to the injuries, and survivors who live to tell their stories. We find Dan Ngatia, who is rather in a jovial mood, as he narrates how he came face to face with death.
Mi naitwa Daniel Ngatia, fourth year student MUST, na mi nika mwanabiashara pia kiasi tu. Oh yeah, I had an encounter with the insecurity. Nilikuwa naishi huko Overcoming. Sasa siku moja hapo airport. unakaa unajua airport opposite kuna njia inakuanga hapo. Yeah. So siku moja nikasahau kufunga hiyo ya chini, nilikuwa nimefunga ya juu, hiyo kitu ya kufunga. Ghafla binvu magaidi. Saa nikagongwa hapa hivi ikapanga. Alafu wakachukua laptop, simu, gas na nguo zingine pia. Alafu saa wakaenda. Walikuwa wamevaa Marvin. Like tuseme ni 10 minutes. Nilisukuma tu mmoja at least nikaweza kutoka kwa nyumba. Huwezi pigana na watu wengi. Alafu sasa sikupiga nduru, ilibidi niende wasinifuate. Unajua ukipiga nduru wanaweza kufuata wakumade. Si ati wajibambi, wachukue tu kitu. Unajua manze vitu zitarudi lakini life haiwezi rudi. Yeah, I reported hapo police but no action was taken.
Hakuna hata mtu alikuja ku-investigate what was stolen?
Ku-investigate they came but nothing happened after that. So hadi si tuka let go.
So how did you inform your parents about the ordeal?
So mimi venye niligongwa panga kitu ilikuwa around saa 7, ikabidi nimepigia nikapigia babangu. Alishtuka, so kitu 9 alikuwa ashafika huku from Nakuru. Akakuja akanipeleka CT scan hapo tao, hapo karibu Morgans kunakuwa na nini ya kuscan hapo.
Sasa injury nyingine ama ni hiyo tu?
Ni hapa tu na huku hivi but zimepona sasa. Ilikuanga April hapo. Yeah. April last year.
So it's 1 year yet nothing has been done.
Yes.
Do you follow up on the case?
Saa unafollow nini? Huwezi pata hawa wase. Sababu hata first of all ujui wametoka wapi, ujui yani hata ujui background yao, ujui anything about them.
Na sasa shule ilijuanga about your incident?
Shule ilijuanga. Kuna wase walikuja wakanihoji wa security. Wakanihoji alafu that was the end.
Did they compensate ama cater for your medication?
Everything was catered by my father.
It's rather hard to tell how a man who was attacked using a machete maintains this smile. It could be the joy of being granted a second chance in life or trying to hide the trauma behind the smile. But one thing is clear. Ngati's justice has been delayed.
Justice labda heaven. There is no justice in earth. Kwanza in Kenya. Nyo tutapatia uko heaven pia.
Insecurity cases in Kenyan universities have over time increased, and just recently, Maseno University students went on a strike to demonstrate on the same. We talked to Samuel Maina, a student leader at Maseno University, who brings us up to date with the issue.
My name is Samuel Maina, a fourth-year student at Maseno University. Recently, we had a strike in the institution. Strike was transpired by a student who were demonstrating because there was one of the students who was attacked, 3 of them actually, and we lost one of the students. Insecurity is something that has been in the institution. Just last semester, there were 2 young men who were shot dead by police. They were attacked. They were shot around the university. So one of the things that the institution has been trying to do, they have been trying to incorporate all the landlords around the institution, and also they have been trying to coordinate with regional security and the police post that is around the institution to try to come up with solutions to try and reduce the cases of insecurity around the university. So that's one of the remedy that had been used to try and curb the insecurity. The student organization of the university also has been trying to hold talks with the students themselves and engaging them on issue to do with security, because security starts with you and me. So there have been that sensitization from different organizations in partnership with the student organization of the institution. Last semester we had about 4 cases. There were cases of robbery, there were cases of rape, and the cases of attack.
In a bid to understand more about these insecurity cases, we have a sit-down with Adan Hussein, a criminologist who has done extensive research on the same.
My name is Adan Hussein. I'm a criminologist. Okay, actually, after some research that I did sometimes back, I realized that the catalyst of these insecurity things are mostly poor lighting, love triangles, and sometimes we are ignorant to the laws that are put by the nation itself.
But who is to blame for the increase in security cases?
Mostly, the people to blame are the students.
The students?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our efforts to reach Kakamega Police to comment on Macrin's case were futile. However, we managed to secure an interview with Nicholas Noah, a security consultant, who gave us the expert insight on the problem that has seen many students lose their lives.
I'm Nicholas Noah. I'm a security consultant. There has been rising cases of insecurity, especially in various universities, public and private alike. And the first reason I can attribute from my point of view is that the concern begins with the students themselves. From a security point of view, we say that if you are a thief, you can really not go and steal where you don't know the security measures which are there. It is the days of every thief that it becomes a clean job. You want to get in there, pick whatever you're picking, and then you go. So it means when you say that there's been an insecurity, maybe talk of robbery or break-ins in a particular place, it is definitely the students, their friends, who knows. They know how your house look like. They know where your maybe gas is. They know where your radio is, where your TV is. How have you placed it? So when I walk in this place, I'm going to walk out very easily. And so that is really the major cause according to me. Then the next cause will be situational factors. We have had residential areas where we have dark roads, there are no proper lights. And so this really gives a rise of opportunistic crimes. Somebody is walking down along the road, maybe you're from doing something in town, it is maybe 9 p.m. at night, and then there's no street light and you're alone there, maybe you're a lady. So somebody is just walking by and says a very good crime opportunity because he can just come there, attack you and pick whatever he's picking and he moves away. So that is also another cause. And then the third cause would be a lack of security measures, maybe call it patrol bodies or police spots in various locations. So if you go to most of the universities, I think police stations are normally centrally located. So it's either in the town or a sub-location somewhere.
So from where you stand as a security consultant, there are some major cases that have happened, especially in Kakamega. We have the case of Macrin Onina, who was raped, stabbed and killed. We have the case of Jonathan Telewa, who was brutally murdered. So what has the government done to curb the cases or to find justice for the victims?
From the two cases you've highlighted, we can say that there's been some more positive response from the government side. The case of Macrin, which you've mentioned, I think the locality where it happened, it can be attributed to what I was just highlighting ago about the opportunistic crime, being that there was no proper lightings along that road, and then there was no real security body in that area. So I think when these cases were analyzed, I can't say that the government has really done much, but there were proposals that were made to the government. One of them was to put up a police post in that area. The area in question was Kefinko, and of late, I think there's a police post there, so that is a positive side from the government. The case of Telewa, still I can't say that there's any implementation that has been put in place, but maybe in lies on the security bodies and the county government and maybe the school, they should really look to work out how to guard against
There's a recent case in Maseno where a student was killed and the students went ahead to demonstrate. And we've seen in most of the Kenyan universities, in case there's an insecurity case, students normally demonstrate or riot. Is this the right way to promote or to air out their grievances?
Legally, demonstration is allowed. Demonstration is a way of expression. When you bring the riot part of it now, that is not really an expression of view. So when we have that type of demonstration from students, I think that the major concern normally is that we want to bring focus into this area. We want to bring the public attention that something is going on in Masinde Muliro, something is going on in Maseno, something is going on in Kenyatta University. So as much as there's demonstration, it should be followed by a well-documented procedure. The procedure will involve putting up maybe security meetings between the university, the county government, the constituency government, and maybe security consultants or security agents from the National Security Council. Then from the students themselves, they will give a representative, maybe the school president, to air out what he feels that the students should be having. So when this procedure is put in place, we can have now implementations coming in place. But if you have demonstration is just to bring the public focus that there's a situation going on and you really guys need to check about it. To curb insecurity, it should be a collective responsibility from the government and the institutions involved. I think the major recommendation that I can really say is that various institutions, we have the Kenya National University Council, need to come up and sit down with the National Security Council. I mean, there have been very many security issues being reported from various universities. And if you're going to say that you want to implement one procedure or one policy per institution, we don't have maybe the budget to do that. But we can sit down and check what are these threats that are concurrent from universities to universities. If you're having break-ins, if you're having assault, murder, something like that. So how can we come up with a general rule, a general policy? Perhaps we can say that in every residential places of students across various universities, there should be at least 1 or 2 police posts. So that thing will come as a policy nationwide. So every university will have to assess where do we have majority of our students' population. Then they'll work with the county government to put in such posts.
In a world full of uncertainties, what then can students do?
Ukilala manze usiwahi sahau kufunga hiyo kitu ya chini. Usijifanye boss, kuna maboss watakuibia na haitakuwa fiti.
During campus, we are being told of some places which are insecure for us to stay. So first, I think people should cease from staying in those areas. And secondly, being that McCrean was killed because of a relationship, we as campus students, in the 4-year states, 4 years staying with Dawidi Sana, we should just stay stable as we are, stay away from relationship, and when we are done, we can move on from them. Because it says that many deaths of campus students is due to the love affairs.
Students, mimi naweza waambia kitu moja. Mkitaka kuishi in peace in Kakamega, mind your time ya kurudi kwa nyumba. You mostly unajua hizi security issues zinafanyika usiku. Mind your friends.
The recommendation I'll give to the students themselves is that security begins with the students. So
McCrean was one of the many souls who were prematurely denied the right to live. Ngatia is a survivor. The damage is already done, but will justice ever be delivered? Justice delayed is justice denied.
Ni hao uliniwacha mi bila fahamu kuwa ni yako zamu, angalau ungeniambia eti unakam nitulize hamu wangu wa dhani.